All right, we are excited for who's coming next as well, so let's tell you a little bit about them. Walter O'Brien, also known as Scorpion, is the founder of ScorpionComputerServices.com, a global think tank for hire that provides intelligence on demand as a concierge service for any funded need. Walter is the executive producer of the hit CBS TV drama Scorpion, with over 26 million television viewers that is inspired by his life. He was diagnosed as a child prodigy with an IQ of 197 and has mitigated risk for 7 years on, get this, $1.9 trillion of investments. $1.9 trillion of investments, and has invented and applied artificial intelligence engines to protect United States warfighters in Afghanistan. Walter is an Irish national coding champion and competed in the Olympics in informatics. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security certified Walter as being of national interest to the United States. Walter was recently recognized by the Fort Wayne-based Community Council for saving countless lives and awarded a Members Combat Infantry badge and battle dress uniform from Operation Desert Storm. And you're going to learn a little bit about their story. And he is a dynamic duo, because our second half coming up here is Lisa Stadnykova. She's Vice President of Business Development. Her official title. You want to hear the unofficial title? Yes? I heard one person. You want to hear the unofficial title? Yes! She's Chief Super Nanny to the team, Scorpion, and clients. Now we get to experience them through a video and then welcome them on stage. Please watch the video.
My name is Walter O'Brien, and I'm a genius.
Walter!
Einstein had an IQ of 165. Mine's 197.
Sign them, and I'll tell you how I hacked into NASA.
Corporal to command. We have Scorpion. He's just a kid.
When I was a kid, it got me into a little trouble. Now that I'm an adult, nothing's changed.
Bombs went off in Boston, just yards from the marathon finish line. But how did the agency so quickly process all that video? Meet Walter O'Brien.
In the Boston case, you'd have almost 4,000 hours of footage. You can't watch it all fast enough.
The benevolent genius behind Scorpion Computer Services.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming today. Thanks for having us. And yeah, we hope that intro would give you guys a little bit of an impression of who we are, especially for those that haven't watched the show. So a quick background, and then we're going to jump into a little bit of back and forth to give you a sample of kind of how we function in the company and what we're all about. We're a very different kind of company. So briefly, to run through the biography, the background, I was born a dairy farmer's son from Ireland who didn't fit in at home or at school, and the teachers complained I asked too many questions. They were thinking maybe I was on the autistic scale, and by 9 they'd send me for testing, tested out with the 5th highest IQ in the world, 197. That explained what was wrong with me. So I joined the Gifted Children's Society, got my hands on a computer, and was self-taught through trial and error on how to program. By 13, I'd hacked into NASA, stolen the shuttle blueprints, and got busted by the NSA and Interpol. I turned them into my client and started working with the government in 1988. By 16, I'd hacked the Bank of England 16 times. That one, they paid me to test the security. The NASA one I'd done for free. So then I had a computer company at 13 years old. So I started doing kind of like Geek Squad, fixing people's printers and computers, and back then, bad floppy disks. And as we grew, I needed to hire some help. So I hired the only kids who didn't bully me at school, which were the other gifted children. And I thought, hey, I'll have a company full of geniuses. That might be a good idea. Well, it wasn't, because as soon as I put two of them on the same project, they tried to kill each other while insulting the customer. A problem I refer to as often the higher the IQ, the lower the EQ. The emotional intelligence, common sense, social skills. So I went out and I hired single moms, elementary school teachers, and psychologists who had a high EQ to manage the geniuses with the high IQ. I now had the best thinkers working alongside the best communicators. So now my think tank worked. And it grew. And it grew and spread across multiple countries and into the US. Homeland Security transferred me as a national asset to the US. And I started solving problems for our government and military, for Fortune 1000, some of the largest companies in the world. And then what we're going to talk about today with you guys, which is our service called Concierge Up. Rather than restricting my think tank to only helping people with technical problems, we expanded out and said, what if we could help people with life problems, with any kind of problem, and bring the same engineering and discipline and science lessons and process that we've learned from doing our big military projects. And so we opened up a website called Concierge Up. And we said, if you want to search something, type it in Google. If you want it to happen, type it in Concierge Up. So that's what we did. And we needed to constantly balance the IQ with the EQ. And that's why Lisa's here. Lisa's our chief super nanny, having to babysit the customers and the geniuses, to try and solve problems with us. So I'm going to turn it over to her for a second, and then we're going to talk about some of the lessons learned in our company from that and some samples of how we help people.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the California Women's Conference. Happy 30th anniversary. Thank you so much to Michelle and the organization who've taken care of bringing us this great day and bringing us all together, which is...
See, I should have said that stuff, but...
Right? Hello. So, check. I did my job. The thing is, we often have to find where our strengths lie. And sometimes we don't know how to believe in ourselves enough to do that. At Scorpion, Walter has set up an environment for us to thrive. And we pay attention to where each other thrives. And it's my job to make sure that our clients thrive where they need to push back where I need to help educate them, to help task them out, to help keep them on task, and to help keep that line of communication between our customers and our Scorpion team members in alignment. We also do that back and forth with Walter and I. With every client that we bring on board inside my wing of Concierge Up, where I do the business development, we do a lot of how can I help someone, say I bring someone on board, for example, to help them with a business solution or to build out or expand a future business for retirement. But we realize that they're not functioning really well where they should be, or they're not happy where they should be, and that becomes something that's really important. So we pay attention to it, and we might pivot and coach on personal life, on health, on happiness, on goals, on achievements, on where they feel that they are in the world at that moment. So we pivot back and forth through, and this is something that prior to having a super nanny, maybe that wouldn't have been paid attention to, but it's such a key factor for me to listen to and hear and deploy our team. So that's basically the EQ IQ level. It's a much deeper conversation, but that's a general idea of what we do.
Before I forget to announce this part, at 5:20 this evening in the results room, we will be speaking for 20 minutes and explaining examples of how we help businesses. So for those interested, you'll get a much more deeper conversation then. So a little story for folks in the room, and I'll try and keep it really short. We only have a couple of minutes left. A friend of mine was an architect for a big bank, and I invited him to a monthly business meeting that I hold. And he missed the first one because his son had soccer practice. And he missed the second one because his daughter had her birthday. And then he missed the third one because she had a ballet recital. So eventually I had to stop inviting him to the meetings. And he asked why. And I said, because you don't care enough about your family. And he didn't understand that until the end of 2007, 2008, when the banking crisis happened. He lost his job, the company went out of business. He had no contacts, no alternative source of income, no one to show his resume to. The house went into foreclosure, and his family is now moving from hostel to hostel. So do you think his son would prefer that his dad was at a soccer practice, or that his dad, that he had his own bedroom? And that, I think, is an important lesson. It's very poignant more for moms than dads, in that being here at the conference, investing time in yourself, reading books, learning, getting wiser, starting your own business, is not a distraction from family. It's what you should be doing for family if you're looking at the bigger picture from a strategic point of view.
So I'll translate that into emotional quotient for you. What that means, ladies, is you get very busy. A lot of you that have life, family, so many extra chores, things that you do to just keep your world afloat. You can task out. You can take care of the job. You can prioritize in different ways to not feel guilty about it, because doing that also takes care of your family. So it's kind of like giving yourself permission to be able to do everything, but you need help. We often need to understand, how do we move forward in life? And having coaches or people to help us, environments, groups like Walter's talking about, where you keep people around you. We need a support team. And right now we understand in 2017 how important it is to be a woman, how important it is to be a woman in business. We need to stick together, but we need to have a story. And we need to champion each other.
So we're running out of time here, but like I said, 5:20 this evening, results room, if you want to hear more. We solve difficult problems for nice people rather than the other way around. So we try to make sure there's a good match between you and us, that we get along. And from there, we become like your personal coach at the gym, except we're coaching you along through entrepreneurship and figuring out where you want your business to get to. But not just coaching you, doing a lot of it for you as well in a practical way. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great conference.